Okay, I'm gonna try to get through this without crying. This is a video about the worst flashlight purchase I've ever made. The most regret I've ever experienced after spending my own money on a product in the illumination category. This is not a hit piece on this company or this particular product necessarily. It's just, in my opinion, I do not feel the value was there and I regret purchasing this. I haven't returned it. I am going to hang on to it, but because I figure it's not the seller's fault, it's my own lack of due diligence when it comes to this product. But yeah, this is the Terminator M1 from Acebeam. And I really like Acebeam. I just want to clear that out of the way. Had some of their products already and really like that one. Found out about this one on other YouTube reviews. And, I'll tell you why I got it. First, I'm going to tell you what it is, then why I got it, and thirdly, why I regret doing so. So what is this thing? It's basically a combo flashlight. On one side here, you've got more recognizable setup. You've got LEDs. In this case, we got the high CRI version. You could also get cool white LEDs for more lumens, I believe, but this one's the cool white. I'm sorry, the neutral white. High CRI LEDs. Produces a really nice light tone that I really like. And then on the other side here, we've got something a little less familiar, an LEP. And these are really cool to me. It stands for laser excited phosphor. You have a blue laser shining on some phosphorus that's focused. The light that's produced is focused through a really intense lens, as you can see here. This particular LEP is zoomable, meaning you can change the focus of the light. So the hot spot, as you can see, it's kind of like a projector style beam. You can widen and narrow that to your liking based on the distance that you're trying to see. We'll get into the beam shots in a little bit later. I do want to show those off, but here's a little look on an up close wall at the type of focus you're able to achieve. And we're like a foot, maybe 2 feet away from this wall here. So at distance, it's greatly exaggerated. But yeah, that's the LEP side. You do have 2 different brightnesses and as well as a turbo. So 3 brightness levels in total on the LEP side. And then if you hit this button when it's on, you're going to switch over to your LEDs. So this is a more floody beam, and I really like this light tone quite a bit. Very happy with this. So that's kind of what this thing is, and I'm going to get into why I bought it next. So just before I forget, this is the case it comes in. Really nice hard case, and it better be nice, by the way. Let's just peel a Band-Aid off. Let's get right to the pain, my own pain. This cost me, my own money, $250 USD when I got this. I think it's slightly more than that now. Probably can pick it up for that amount with a coupon or whatever if you shop around, but still, that is a huge amount of money. I used YouTube revenue cash to do so. My initial plan was to do an independent review on this flashlight, and I suppose that's what this is in an indirect way, in the form of a story, I suppose. But yeah, I thought to myself, now we're getting reason number 2 why I bought it. I wanted to pick up another LEP for the channel. I think they're really cool. The other LEP I have, the only other one, is the Lumentop Ant-Man. Video's already out on that if you want to check it out. It's a really small LEP flashlight, not zoomable, and that's basically a laser pointer that with a wider beam of white light. So imagine a flashlight that you can shine like super far away, but you only get to see a little circle. So you have no context to what you're looking at, really. Very fun to play with, very impressive, especially in a small size, but I wanted something a little bit more practical, still utilizing LEP technology, so that's where this comes in. You do pay the price, though, for LEP technology. As these things have been out for longer, the price is coming down slowly, but still, there's definitely a premium on that technology. It's still relatively new. And then I thought to myself, the fact that this is a combo and has the white light floody beam to it makes it way more useful because, most of the time, this is the type of output that you need, not this. This is fun to play with. Niche scenarios could be useful, but this is, better. So I thought to myself, for more standard use, this is great. High CRI light. I love that color temperature as well. Seems to be around 4,000 K CCT. I'm not positive. Haven't looked in a while what that actually is. So yeah, and then no built-in battery. I love that. I don't like built-in batteries. I avoid them. This does not have a built-in battery. It's USB Type-C rechargeable battery included from Acebeam. So yeah, spring on either side. So yeah, build quality here. I'm not in any way suggesting that this is a bad product necessarily. It's just the value proposition. Once again, you have to take that into consideration. You can have an otherwise good thing, but then if you pay way too much for it, then the value is not there, or it goes down at the very least. And that's the case of buyer's remorse that I have with this thing. I don't think there's $250 worth of value here. Is it cool? Yes. For $150, I think I'd be thrilled, but $250, I feel a lot of pain. Now, part of that regret comes down to the price, okay? That's definitely the most painful part at this stage. Second, the clip setup, there really isn't one. There's no clip here. So how do you carry this thing? Just in your pocket, in a bag, but then it's expensive, and so you kind of worry about it knocking around, getting scratched. The hard case is nice, but unless you take this everywhere you need this, it's just kind of, there's not really a way to carry this on your person conveniently and then put it back away without going through the whole, latch unlatch, fit it in the foam cutout type deal with this. So yeah, not really a good way to carry this. It's also a wider diameter. So yeah, that's reason number 2. So price, clip setup, and then 3, the user interface. This is the least of my concerns when it comes to the negatives, but yeah, it's a little bit weird where these buttons are. I think if they were up here, it'd be a lot more intuitive, a lot nicer, more natural, but they're back here. So yeah, that's the third thing I think is not perfect. Speaking of perfect, my dad gave me some great advice. I'll pass it along to you. And I always appreciate and thank myself if I ever follow this advice. And then when I don't follow the advice, I usually regret it and then remember the sage words of my dad. He has this saying that if it's not perfect, don't buy it. Basically, it comes down to just about everything. So clothing, more relevant with more significant purchases in your life, of course. Don't want to overthink buying, little tiny stuff necessarily. But yeah, it's good advice. So if something's just kind of, it'll work, or it's okay, or it doesn't fit perfectly or whatever, my dad's advice is basically save your money and find the thing that does. That way it'll last you longer. You won't have to just tolerate it, and so on and so forth. And I did not really do enough due diligence when it comes to this flashlight. I watched some reviews. I thought it was really cool, but at the end of the day, I didn't think long or hard enough about the value. So yeah, that's kind of my story with the Acebeam Terminator M1. Now for some beam shots. So this is the floodlight emitters. First, those 3 LEDs. These are the high CRI LEDs. You can choose from high CRI or cool white LEDs on this Acebeam Terminator M1 if you want. So if for some reason you do want to pick this up, just make sure you get the right LED preference that you want. Yeah, really good broad beam here. More useful, more practical for day-to-day use, and love the light tone here. Probably my favorite part about this flashlight is the flood. Now the LEP we're going to look at next is really fun, but I'll be honest, I was expecting more from it than what it delivered. I don't know why. My expectations were kind of out of whack with it, but yeah, the LEP is really fun. The zoomable feature is nice, but I just imagined, I guess, that it would be brighter than it actually is. And it's pretty dang bright. You can get, low, high, and then turbo output with this thing, and you can see for probably as far as your eyes are able to make things out even. You do get the kind of lightsaber effect, as you can see here. So looking down through that lightsaber effect, does obscure some things. It's too bright to even see anything is the funny way I've heard it described before by others. It's kind of true. So you kind of have to find the sweet spot with the zoom. And then yeah, LEPs, they don't usually give you context to what you're looking at unless there's LEDs paired with them. So you can't use both channels, LED and LEP at the same time with this flashlight. So yeah, that's kind of the limitation. But as far as one flashlight that can do up close stuff and distance stuff, this gets the job done. Just not ideal for the reasons we've already talked about. Price, clip setup, and the controls. Just in a little bit of a funky spot, but That's kind of the least of your worries with this thing. So yeah, Acebeam Terminator M1. I'm curious if any of you out there have experience with it. I think this is pretty much a hobbyist light. You're not really gonna like accidentally find yourself in possession of one of these things. You're gonna be like me, you know, gonna kind of be searching around for what's cool, what's new, get a little mix of these features. I like focusing the beam here and watching that focal point. Okay, so how do we end this video? Normally I'd invite you to use the affiliate link in the description to help support the channel. I would love to do that, especially to help me recoup some money little by little that I lost or feel that I have lost. But no, I mean, I can't really recommend this to anybody. Unless money is of no object whatsoever, you're just a hardcore collector or something, I don't think this is the right fit for the vast majority of people, even if you're really into flashlights. If you really want an LEP, I would say go ahead and get a dedicated LEP or look into other options. I think there's better value to be had out there than this. I will say, I made a video about this already. This is a combo light from Gear, the SK05 Pro, and it has two 18650s in here that you can replace or move if needed at a later point in time. USB-C rechargeable. I'm not going to go into everything about this flashlight because I've already made the video. I will link it in the description, as well as the Lumentop Ant-Man that I referenced earlier if you want to check those videos out. So yeah, I think you'd be better served and happier with this type of purchase if you're looking for a combo light. It does come with a clip, rather good one, and it carries deeply, and you know, it doesn't have an LEP, but you have a nice reflector emitter set up for your throw and LED options on your flood as well with this. So yeah, video's already out on that. Terminator M1 from Acebeam, very cool, but too expensive. It's basically my verdict. Lacks a good clip setup, or any clip setup for that matter. And yeah, switches are in a interesting location. We'll just call it that. What is cool about it? Love the emitter choices here in combination with the zoomable LEP. The zoomable LEP. This is a really fun flashlight if you're into flashlights, that's for sure. It's just too expensive, really. That's the fatal flaw. Yeah, that's my regret. That's the worst flashlight purchase I've ever made. Is it a bad product? No. Once again, say it again. Just way too expensive. Those are my thoughts. I'd love to hear yours. And if you're feeling up for it, share with us, the community, what your most regretted flashlight purchase is. And hopefully we can all learn from each other. Anyway, that's going to wrap it up for me today. I'm going to go cry now. Have a good one.